70% off, which is pretty cool. Fastbud Genetics has been part of my garden for a while, man. You're just recently starting to grow them, but throughout your process, do you find like you fall in love with certain breeders and they kind of almost just become part of it? Or like, have you been trying all kinds of different ones? Like,
Now I love experimenting, dude. Don't get me wrong, but there are a few of them, man. Like they are there in my rotation for sure, man. And shout out to Fastbuds, man. Fastbuds has been around for a long time. I've always wanted to grow them, so when I got the chance to finally, cop a few packs of beans and grow them, I was just super stoked, man. Because back in the Caribbean, dude, seeds, you can't bring seeds in. They get seeds and stuff. So when you saw people with fast bud packs, they were super expensive, man. They weren't authorized distributors or anything like that. So I just wanted to make sure I got my stuff straight from the source or from a reliable bank. Now that I've got it, I'm super stoked. But there are a few breeders that are always in my rotation, man. So I also grow like a lot of in-house genetics, ethos, and exotic genetics. Those three are like always like somehow at least one plant's in my rotation. So yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
man, I think it's just like the MTV Crib showing the refrigerator, man, showing that bean box and what we have on the go, man. I've got some Fastbud Genetics on the go right now, and I'm actually going to transplant an autoflower for the first time, so it's pretty interesting. I've seen a lot of people have really good success with it, and I honestly, like,
I've done that.
when I'm growing, man, I kind of look at it almost like a weird mental, I don't even know, maybe I'm messed up, but I actually try to, like, it's not even science. It's definitely it's bro science. But I'm like picturing what would happen in my head. Like sometimes I think like if I catch that at the right time and they haven't had time to curl back up and I transplant, I feel like it's going to be perfect, right? Like,
Yeah,
do you
it's
ever
true.
think like that or growing? Like I'm a weirdo like that. Like I picture the water like going into the root system, kind of
Yeah, dude.
visualizing how wet they are and stuff.
Yeah, dude, I literally do the exact same thing, bro. Like I've transplanted an auto before as well. I've had good success. It's one of my biggest autos I grew was a transplant. Like actually my biggest auto I grew hands down was a transplant, some Blue Dream auto. And I do the same thing, man. So like I would think like, okay, how's this water gonna go into the plant? How's the roots gonna take it up? How are the roots gonna look when I do this? Like I do the exact same thing, bro. Like sometimes I'm transplanting if it's not an auto. I literally be in there popping up the root ball and busting those roots so that they know we're in a new pot now when you can grow out.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like right now, I'm battling high humidity. It's not too high, man. I'm sitting at 74% in, we're at like week 2 of veg, week 3 of veg.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to harm them. They'll just won't grow as fast. But my temperatures are pretty much dialed in. Besides that, heat is perfect. Air exchange is perfect. Everything's kind of going smooth. They're looking healthy, all that jazz. But like in my mind, I'm thinking, well, if I pump that fan double as much, maybe it's going to pump it out to my other room, and then that humidifier will suck it up in time. And I've been emptying out this humidifier that I just got in the basement. But anyways, my mind is just gets messed like that when I think about growing, man. I spend a
No,
lot of
dude,
time
it's
in the
true.
garden,
Like
man.
crazy things, man. Sometimes you think of like some stoner ideas. Like if I can show you something real quick, man. Like
Yeah,
I've
absolutely.
actually
Grab it.
actually got these little stuff in solo cups, bro. So I've got like this plant in solo cup,
Well,
and I
wait
do
a
like a
minute. Wait a minute. What the fuck did you just pull that out of?
I've got like a little grow setup down here,
What
bro.
is this? What
It's
is
like
this, man?
I've
Is it?
got the Abbey grow box, and right next to it, I've got like a couple seedlings.
No,
So,
no. Well, tell me about this box. though. What's this box? They can see it right now. They can see what
oh
you.
shit. Okay, nice,
Yeah,
man.
you're
Like
good
this
to
is
go. You can back right up. They got a full view of what's going on. Oh
This is
shit.
the Abbey grow box. So I've kind of rigged it up and I put a light in there because I was running DWC, but my DWC setup, like, it's just super painful with the pH coming out of my tap at 9. So I sort of rigged it up and I just start my seedlings off in there as of recently, man. So I'm just sort of experimenting with something, but it works out good. And what I was saying is that, like, I've got a double solo cup setup. So I've literally cut a big hole at the bottom of one and I've not cut a hole at the bottom of the other one. So those roots could come through. You don't have to go through any super small holes and burst the roots when you're transplanting. You don't have to cut the cup, and you can literally see exactly how much roots you've got. So that's just a little trick that I sort of came up with when I was like super stoned. So like I'm saying, bro, like you come up with these ideas, they work, you think things through, and you do it.
Oh shit, man. I got a funny story about a solo cup thing like that. So me and a couple local buddies we're doing a solo cup challenge, and then we were going to
Yeah.
bring it and do a summer grow off. This is a few years ago. So, anyways, I'm the goofball, right? We had a podcast there called maritime growing smoke that I'd go on and chat with these two guys.
Dope.
Anyways, a few of us were doing this, so I grew one in a regular solo cup, like did the challenge, same way that you're doing it right now. And then I took another one and I put it in a solo cup, but then I put it inside to a 5-gallon and I grew it in that. It was a monster, right? Wow. So then so I show up to this event and I take the solo cup out of that 5-gallon, clean it right up, get the cup off, put a fresh cup on it. So I've got this massive fucking autoflower in this solo, and then I have the real one with me in the car. And I walk in with it, and these guys are like, "What the hell, man? How the fuck did you do that?" Anyways, man, and then I bring the other one out. They're like, "You fucker!" They believed me, right? They believed me.
You caught us.
I was the only one that was growing autoflowers at the time, right? Like they were all growing photo periods, and then I was pushing autos, saying autos are great, autos are good, autos are this, man. Do you get a lot of backlash on that when you're dabbling in autos? I got a shit ton of it, man, through my page.
Yeah, you definitely would, man. And like your name was like Basement Autoflowers, but I've got a lot of backlash. Some people say like the best way to grow autos is to just not grow them at all and stuff like that, bro. But like I've had some good luck with them, but I've had like also some really bad luck with them, man. Like I've had a lot of small autos, but some of the frostiest flower I've grown and stuff was from like an autoflower. So like I think the autos are coming a really long way, and I'm seeing some of these other companies and some of these stuff like Fast Buds are doing with some of these beautiful strains, man, and like they're just so robust, so beautiful. Like, oh man, like that purple lemonade, I still can't get over it, bro.
I love the purple lemonade, man. It's one of my favorites. The stuff I'm smoking right now is actually shout out to E-Town Buds, man. He sent this over. I don't have much left of it. I was supposed to do a full rips and reviews on it, but sometimes you just get ripped and forget to review.
Yeah, dude.
And that's what happened to me. I get ripped and forgot to review. And that actually a good segue for this question.